All right, guys, welcome back. Today we're going to do Justice, issue number 2 from, DC Comics, made by Alex Ross, Jim Krueger, and Doug Braithwaite. Let's dive right in because it's fun. It's really fun, in my opinion. So we begin here, Riddler. Riddle is breaking into Wayne's industry because he says, how do you find a computer powerful enough and quick enough to hack into the Batman's digital information system? Find the richest man in town and use his. So he is downloading files from the Bat computer through Wayne's Industries, which is interesting. So, and then a little bit too quick here. So there is a guy here, and it's not other than Bruce Wayne, and he says he's coming, prepare for him. And then he has the disc with all, remember discs, guys, back in the day? And so he says, good evening, Mr. Wayne. He says, no, not Wayne, not even close. Batman, of course, comes in, and Riddler and his gang is fleeing. He says, by this time tomorrow, Batman, I know all of your secrets. I know who you are. So anyway, so they are fleeing, right? So they're going through the stairs, and he says, now quiet, I have work to do. Now, this is some kind of a thingy which is mentioned in the comic, but I don't know how you name this doll. You know, it's I'm going to explain a little bit later here. Anyway, so this awesome looking Batmobile is Batman using to follow the Riddler. Now, remember, guys, and when I mentioned in, recent comics, modern comics, that when people use or create or draw computer screens, there's nothing on it. Now, this is what I mean with immersion, right? The stuff on it, there's information, there's graphics, there's buttons. That's what I want when it comes to computer screens and, backgrounds and, just put in the work, man. It's just do it. Anyway, also, we see a lot of use of green colors in here because, of course, Riddler, it's his motifs, his colors, it's green. It's been used here a lot. And so he's using the Bat computer to magnify. So Batman says, like all the criminals, the Riddle is his own worst enemy, second worst enemy. Enigma's compulsion to speak the truth no matter how disused in the form of riddles, is his weakness. Red Tornado is then contacting Batman, and he says that there is something wrong. Aquaman is missing, and they cannot find him. I also love this ad here with Plastic Man on it. And then we see Superman, right? And he's just floating here. But he's not part of this particular story here. But it's nice to see Superman. Maybe he's using his X-ray vision to search for Aquaman here. They are also contacting John John's Manhunter, right? Listen, Tornado, says Batman. The schematics to the Justice League satellite are in the hands of the Riddler, not to mention our own identities. He's hacked into the Batcave computer. Imagine what might happen if everything we collected on the world's people, weapons, and nations will be put to criminal use. I'll devote myself to finding Aquaman once I retrieve what the Riddler stole. This won't take long. Cool. The Riddler and his goons are afraid, mostly these goons, because he says, it's behind us. And then computer jam any transmission that may be coming from the SUV. I don't want Riddler downloading that disk into an outside recipient. Release grappling hook. And then this looks great, man. I mean, look at this, all this impact, glass is shattering. The wheel is coming off through the impact, right? So cool. Really well done. I also like, I like Alex Ross's art. I mean, I believe his art is not for everybody, but I really like his realism combined with, superhero work, because he's using real life people to model, certain poses like this, right? And then he's using Batman's image to trace over that, if you can will, or not really tracing, but, he's using that pose to implement in this comic, right? Anyway, it's called a nesting doll. I don't know. A mystery within a mystery, an identity without identity. What are you telling me, Edward? And he's, saying riddles, but not the usual riddles, right? And he's fleeing to the Batcave. So, or what we call, and back in the day, a disco. And what modern comics probably people saying, modern people, younger people, a club, right? So he says, the Riddler, where is he? And everybody said, ooh, holy. Now, I believe this is Arkham or maybe some kind of a hospital. And this guy is giving this woman some kind of a cure because she's crippled and she cannot walk. And he says, leave her alone. Hasn't she suffered enough? No, I'm afraid she hasn't. She's going to have to pay taxes, work, go to Disneyland and be like everyone else, right? And he says, tell everyone what's been done for you or what's is possible. So I'm not sure if this is Jonathan Crane, the Scarecrow, I think, but I'm not entirely sure. He looks like him. Anyway, there's also, it's on the news that, people are getting healed, right? And there are 70 men and women and children who were told they would never walk again, have left their pets and wheelchairs. Cool. So Riddler attacks the Batman. I also like this glow, like he has some kind of a light tucked away in his coat. Right, so Batman says, Batman, Nigma, give me the disc. So they're having a fight. And he says, we can do this without my giving you the customary broken jaw, Riddler. Just give up and you can go back to Arkham and your books. It is you who will be given up. So then Nigma's goons try to capture Batman or hold Batman, but we are in the Batcave. The Riddler should have known better than try to escape through a place called the Batcave. I have allies here even I'm not aware of. So these are guys trashing on Riddler's goons here in the background. Love it. But then, yeah, the Riddler is having some kind of a, flash. He's using some kind of a flash to disorient Batman, right? And so the Riddler says, it's just the beginning. Why the doll, Riddler? It's not a doll, Batman. It's a toy. And these toys, they must be broken. That's what he said. I felt him in my mind. All these toys, they must be broken. It's all part of the dream. When reality returns, Nigma and his men are gone. But true to form, the Riddler left me a clue. Maybe it communicates more than one truth. He left a preserved eye and an ear. There's no blood, though, no trace. There's something he wants me to see, something he wants me to listen to. He talked about toys being broken, a reference to his father, perhaps. Nigma's father used to beat him if he didn't speak the truth. What's that smell? Formaldehyde? Probably said that wrong. Anyway, so we meet the Flash, that is, here in the desert. And people are speaking to him, but he cannot understand, so he's using his translator book, reads the information, absorbs it all at super speed. And he says, gods, you are gods. You are saying someone in costume did this? It was a number of people. A man made a giant mountain of ice, and then the woman arrived. As seen as last issue, by the way. He had a gun. He pointed it and made the ice that became the sea. Do you know him? Yes, I know him. He brought so much life to this place. He must be a holy man. Talking about Captain Cold. Also like that, more like a personal preference. Alex Ross is a big fan of old school superheroes. You can see it in his demeanor, in how they behave, also in their costume. So this is the classic, 70s, 80s costume, if you will. There's no unnecessary speed lines and gibberish on this costume. Just plain red, and everything on it that needs to be on it, as minimalistic as possible. That makes the Flash, in my opinion. Now we have all these weird things tacked on it that doesn't make any sense to me. Personally, of course. Meanwhile, a little bit further, there is some, beanstalk growing, and the beanstalk sprouts fruit, and everybody's happy. Just like Riddler, we have Poison Ivy here. She's crying, and she's talking gibberish also. So what's going on, right? Gotham Cemetery. Riddler, why here? What do you want me to know? I come prepared for the Riddler's new technology. He seems to adapt to the light-based hologram generator, one that will be useless against heat-sensitive lenses. Right, looks great. I've been watched, so I pretend not to notice my parents' memorial. I pretend that it means nothing to me, just like the Riddler's holograms. So yeah, Riddler is going nuts with the holograms, but Batman, to Batman's surprise, something hit him in the face, right? I have the means, the skill, and the method, and the Riddler still. But before you can finish the sentence, a question of identity, Batman. To be or not to be, is that the question? When you're not wearing your true face, who do you wear? Why is there crime? Why do we go when we die? Where is this? Why is there suffering in the world? We're, again, gibberish, right? Batman uses, I don't know, bat gas, I presume. Even the gas pellets looks great. And he says, the world isn't big enough for the two of us. Ain't that right? And then he's starting to cough, right? And he cannot breathe. And he says, Edward, what is it? I'm not holding you that hard. Edward? Let go, Edward, you're strangling yourself. And then, what's wrong with me? You're a criminal, Edward. You're a thief. And then Batman is calling Commissioner Gordon, that he can pick up these goons at the cemetery, so that they can go back to Arkham. Back to, the Batcave with, thankfully, stuff on screen, immersion. It's really important. I mean, like I said, modern comics just use the color blue or green, and that's it. That's it. Nothing on it. Waste of pages. Anyway, so Batman he says, I'm more concerned with what the Riddler might have done with this information while he had it. And then Arkham City here. So we have the Joker. And he says, this is not fair, Riddler, not fair at all. When do I get to see the nuclear Armageddon? He talks about the dream in issue number 1. And if you haven't checked it out, maybe you check it out and subscribe to my YouTube channel, like the video, and that YouTube stuff. And he says, I deserve to be a part of this. Is this Sivana, Dr. Sivana from the original Captain Marvel, now Shazam? What's wrong with me, he says. This town isn't big enough for the two. Why did you pick a cemetery, Edward? Why a cemetery? Then we go to somewhere else. It's Aquaman, who was missing, still missing. He's lying on our operation table, and some kind of a monkey is scaring him. But then a voice talks to him. I'm afraid you frightened my pet, Aquaman. How unlike a king. Pet is not the right word. He's more like a lowly citizen of this realm, a servant with little use, let's put it. He was a stepping stone or a pebble on the road to the destiny that you, among all others, have achieved. You are of great interest to me and have an even greater use in my plans. He says, I've seen you have taken interest in my experiments. They're not really experiments. They're more like toys. And all these toys, they must be broken. But enough about me. Now stop your struggling. I need you to understand. I need to understand you and know you. How is it you Earthmen put it? Oh yes. I'm just trying to get inside your head. Wow, what a cliffhanger. Classic Brainiac, by the way. I really like this. Like I said, I like the story. I love the mystery. There's a real mystery in here, a real danger. I really like that. And that's what, in my opinion, missing from comics nowadays. Stuff that you think, oh man, what's going to happen in the next issue, right? Mystery, some cliffhangers, some great art, some, stuff around it. And also we have some bio, from the private files of the Bat computer. You can pause the video and read it if you want. Right? Also from Brainiac, because who is Brainiac really? Where does he come from? You can read it all here. So guys, this is the ending of issue number 2 of Justice. Let me know in the comments below what you think about it. See you on the next one. Bye-bye.